I started recording. Let me share my screen now. So for the sake of Abia that was not here for the previous class, like I said, I will just briefly touch what we did previously. But we have a lot to do today, and I hope we're able to finish in our time that we have. So we did logical operators, and I was asking what if we're familiar with logical operators. And logical operators, I updated the slide, the essay workbook, and I sent it to the group. If you notice, my interface today is different. That's because I'm not on WPS. I'm on Excel. It's Microsoft Excel. Previously, I was on the WPS, but for research, I installed Microsoft Excel in my laptop. So that's what I'll be using for today's class. So logic operators are used to compare values, and I say it returns a boolean, which is true or false. So now it can use to test a logic or a condition and returns true or false to make. I'm sharing my screen. You're not seeing it.
Yeah,
Let me share it again. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So up is still on.
Yes, it's still on.
All right, great. So this I was saying that this is a sheet. I already shared it on the group for you guys. So the operators are essential for constructing complex formulas and so on and so forth. So that's just an explanation of what logical operators are about. Therefore, the formulas, like I mentioned, we have 6 in number, which was listed here. We saw it on the phone too when I was working with the phone. For those that was here previously. Let me just format this to look more presentable. So we saw it on the phone as well. Then apart from the, what is it called? The formulas, we also have functions, logical functions. Where we look at and, or, exclusive, or and not. So for Abia, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but for this logical operator equal to, is used to test conditions or compare two statements. So here it says, the formula here says 10 is equal to 5. Can you hear me?
Zoom your screen. I'm using phone to join.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but zoom your spreadsheet.
Okay, I should zoom. Okay. Let me zoom it.
Okay, so
Is it okay now?
yes.
All right, great. So I was saying, for this, there's no formula here. If you click on this place and check the formula bar, there's no formula. But if you click here and check the formula bar, you see that there's a formula. So this logical operation is just testing is 10 equals to 5. Abby, I know you agree with me that 10 is not equals to 5. So that's why the result is showing false here. So if you check everything else, you see that there are some conditions that will be given or some tests that will be given. So if it is not correct, if the statement is not correct, it's going to give you false. If the statement is correct, it's going to give you true. So we have here is at the formula bar, you see 30. This greater than and less than together means not equal to. So here is having 30 is not equal to 30. That is false because 30 definitely equals to 30. That's why you have false at the output. So that's how others are being used as well to test conditions. So we come to the functions. For the functions, I explained that the way the functions work, they used to comparing operators. Instead of using the operators, like I said when I was explaining the difference between formula and functions, our functions are more efficient. So instead of me using operators for more than one, I want to test more than one conditions, I can just use these functions. And these are this formula, this say you're seeing here. The formula is repeated here to give us this result. So this means 300 is less than 200 and 300 is greater than 200. So if you look at the statement, it's false because one of the statements is wrong. When you are using and, all the statements must be correct. That's the condition of using and for you to have a true. If all the statement is not correct, it's false. Conversely or contrastly, when you're using or, you don't necessarily need all the statements to correct. If one statement is correct, it gives you true. But if all statement is false, it gives you false. So that is the difference between using and or. So if you check this, the spreadsheet I gave to you and check the formula, you see he's saying 300 is less than 200 or 300 is greater than 200. So if you look at the statement, one of them is correct, but one is wrong. So because one is wrong and one is correct, as long as we have a correct condition there or statement, it's going to be true. For not means neither of them, neither is correct. Like 300 is less than 200. True. Exclusive or, for exclusive or, I explain that exclusive or returns true if exactly one condition is true, otherwise false. So when we look at it previous time, I think the explanation I gave the previous time was that made it easier to understand was that if you have positive or negative is true. But if you have positive negative or negative positive, is false. So what do I mean by that? This statement is saying 300 is less than 200 is false. Why this statement say 300 is greater than 200? Sorry, 300 is greater than 200 is false. 300 is greater than 200 is true. We have true. So sorry, let me rephrase my statement. For exclusive or, when you have positive or negative, it's false. But when you have negative positive or positive negative, it's true. So if both all statements in the what's it called, function or a formula is false, it's going to be true. If all statement is true, it's going to be true. But if you have one statement that is false, I'm missing it too. Let me come confuse you, Abia. Let me just write it here. So true and true gives false. Let me bring it up a little. True and true is equal to false. So it returns true if one condition is true. So true and true equals to false. False and false equal to false. Then true and false. One condition is true. You are saying it right. That means it's true. False and true. True. I hope you get this, Abia. So if they are both the same, it's false. If they are one is not the same, one is the same, is true. Excuse me, please. So enough of our previous class. We are behind. We'll just move forward to what we have for today. So today I intend for us to. This is read only. This is not the updated copy. I intend for us to look at our survey that was sent. So I gave feedback to everyone that sent their survey already, and those that don't have survey, and I don't know if they're on the call. So what I plan to do was, those that don't have survey should try and team up with people that have survey. But I can't keep waiting for everyone. We need to move forward, and we have a lot to cover. So and I said I'm going to be giving some feedback comments too on the call. So for those I gave feedback to, you should do it to effect them. The first, we are going to be looking at how to create a Google form. I don't know, do we all know how to create a Google form? Let me not be giving redundant knowledge. Are we familiar? Stephen, are you familiar with creating Google form? Kevin, are you familiar with creating Google form? Okay, Kevin is familiar with it.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Okay, Kelly is familiar with it.
Actually,
Abby, how about you?
no,
Are you familiar with creating Google Form?
no, I'm not familiar.
If you're speaking Abby, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I said I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, how about Steven?
I'm not familiar with it.
All right, great. So we're going to, since Kevin said it has been a while, we're going to run through. We're going to run through um creating a Google form, and I'm going to be using example from each of your survey. So first off, let me share my browser. Share screens. Hello, can we also my screen?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
So if you get your browser, a Google form, for you to create a Google form, you must have a Google account. So you can do this on your phone. If there's demand for it, I can also show you how to do it on your phone. You can do it on your phone, you can do it on laptop. The process is the same. So if you want to do it on your phone, you have to go and install the Google Form app on Play Store. And the process is likely the same, just that the user experience will be different. So your Google Apps here, you can just come to your Google Apps here and go to Forms. So there are templates of different forms that you can use here, depending on what you are doing. If the template you're looking for is not here, you can just create a blank form. So these are say there are previous forms that I've created in the past. So for this time, we're going to do a blank form so that we can learn how to create one from scratch. So yes, this is how it opens. So the first thing you do, you have to title your form. Now the reason why you're titling your form here is mainly for your audience. So when they open your link, they need to see what the form is about. I'm going to go to Abby's what is it called? Survey now. So the title of the survey is Challenges Faced by Surveyors Regarding Surveying Instruments. So I got some feedback that some person did not understand the activity of creating a survey. I want to share that my DM is always open for anything you don't understand. You can reach out to me and I'm going to explain the best possible way I can for future tasks, please. So this here you can bold it, you can underline it, whichever you feel like. Almost I just like it being bolded. So if there's a further description, you can add it here. Further description like the purpose of your survey. And don't forget I say most times you're writing here that for your audience, they're not for you. So for this what is it called description, I'm going to be touching almost everyone's survey as I'm creating this. I'm going to be using Kevin's survey. Although the topic is different from what we have here, but it's just to show you an example of what it look like.
It's on our browser. Where did you enter? Is it our email?
Once you open an empty browser like this, are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm seeing.
Are you seeing where my
I'm
mouse
seeing.
is?
Yes.
Click on it and go down. You're going to see
I've
forms.
clicked on.
Alternatively, you can type on the browser
Okay.
Google Form.
I've
You can
seen
also
the
type on the
forms
browser
now.
Google Form and it's going to come out.
Okay.
You get that? You can either click there or you search it in the browser, it's going to be the first thing that pops up. But for your phone,
Okay.
you have to go to Play Store and install Google Form app on your phone. So thanks. So there's one thing. What this means here, the word asterisk means that this particular question is. Hello, are you saying something, please?
Yes, if you open the forms, you have blank forms, contact information, RSVP, party invitation, T-shirt sign up.
It seems you're not following
What
when
are
I
they?
was explaining. I said that there are templates there that you can use. Those was already formed, that forms are already. It's just like Canva. The way Canva have template design that you can edit. So those are template
Okay.
forms that you can edit. Depending on what you want to do, if it's related to it. So you just pick it and edit. But if what you are doing is not related to it, like on Canva, just the same way for those of you that are doing graphic design, just the same way you can design from templates, you can also design from scratch. So the same way, you can either pick a template if it's related to what you want to do or you like it and customize it, or you start from scratch.
Noted.
Can I proceed?
Thank you.
Can I proceed, please?
Yeah, I get it now.
All right.
Proceed.
Thank you very much. Okay. So this red asterisk here, it means that this question is compulsory. So I've not written any question, but this one is there by default. But there's a place you can set it. If you don't want to collect the email address, this one will require anybody that wants to fill this form to sign in their mail. So if I don't want it, I want both people that don't have Gmail account, anybody should fill. I can come here and change it. You can see that change settings. So you can just go to change settings. Then
Hello?
I think our network is breaking.
hello, sorry, my network hanged for a bit, so I just changed my location. So I was saying that you can go and edit that part that requires users to fill in their email address by default. Sorry, what did you say, please?
Your screen is not showing.
Okay, let me set it. Sorry, but it has been when my network stopped. So I'm sharing my screen again now. Can you see it?
Yes.
Sorry, let me stop sharing and share again. Where can I stop sharing the screen? There's something I did not click on. Okay, I've clicked on it now. So let's go back to my browser. So I'm going to set off that part that requires respondent to put their email. So under this place, I will go to do not collect. So if I come back to the questions, you see that email is not showing again. So this question part is where you fill your question. This response is where you start receiving responses. You click on this place to check how many persons have responded and the number of responses that you're getting. Then you can also link it to a spreadsheet. Don't forget I told you that there are different spreadsheets, not just Microsoft Excel. This spreadsheet now is Google Spreadsheets. So from this Google Spreadsheet, you can download to your local device to use Microsoft Excel or your phone app, or you can do the analysis in Google Spreadsheet, whichever you are comfortable with. Then this last place is the settings, where you see where I just went there now to off that the form should not collect emails of people. Most times when you are doing survey, it's anonymous, so there's no need for you to collect their emails. So for the first question, when important thing is questions that you people tend to have the habit to miss some questions, not paying attention, or just on purpose leave some certain questions. Yes.
I think let's be doing it together. Like the email, leave it. Add the email, then still be adding the question you still want to add instead of offing it. Let's be just be doing it together.
Hmm?
Like add the email back. I did not get
Why do
that
you want me to
part.
add the email back?
I did not get
um,
that place back
Abba, you're going
because
to slow us down. We have a next class by 9:30. Don't forget this class is being recorded as well, so you can easily go back. But let me just
okay, no
go
problem.
and put it back. Let me just go and put it back. But don't forget the class is recorded, so you can easily go back and do, because I have something to teach us on Excel today as well in addition to this. So it will be recorded as well. So if we keep going back and forth, you're going to see it in the recording going back and forth as well. So just pay attention,
It's
please. So I was saying that the email part, you can come here to change the setting. Under these responses, you will see collect email address. Say do not collect. So come back. So your first question. I'm going to put my first question. Let me use Abia's own. So most times your first question for a survey is demographic question. If the demographic question is important for your objective, so before you create a survey, there must be something you're trying to find out. What's your objective? So that objective, knowing that demography, is it important to you? So that will determine whether you have a demographic question or not. But most times, also they do have a demographic question because you want to know if their responses differs according to their gender, age. You want to know if it differs according to if their income affects their responses, their income level, and so on and so forth. So that is the essence why most people collect demographic data. So for the first question, this is our first question. So how long have you been working in surveying? So I'm going to cut out this part. I just copied it from where it was like that. So this is the question. Now there are different options, which is very key. There's multi-choice, there's checkbox. So for this class, we'll be focusing on 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll literally do all of them, don't worry. So now multi-choice means the person can pick only one option. So for the options I have here, you can see I just copy and paste. And it went down. You can type it one by one. You can copy and paste. So you can literally come and type everything. I will advise you to even type one line by line since you are not familiar with it. But for me, most times I don't do that. I can just copy and paste because I'm very good with each of the stuff. So you don't need this asterisk again. Make sure that there's no space before any text. Why I'm saying so, because when you have your data, you have to be cleaning all these things, your data, before you analyze. So it's better you make sure that they're that at the beginning, so you don't stress yourself later on. So this multiple choice option means that the what is it called? Respondent can only click on one question or one option. They can't click on more than one option. So if they click on options 3, for example, and later come and click option 1, it will automatically click option 3. So now this question, do I want it compulsory? Do I want everybody to answer this question? I want set of people to answer. If you want the question to be compulsory, that means respondent will not be able to submit this form if they don't fill this question. It's very important to what you are doing, and you want people to answer that particular question. Anybody that will not answer, the person is not able to fill the form. In such cases, you come down here and click on required. It will show, if you click on this place, you will notice that it will show this red asterisk. That red asterisk means that question is compulsory. Everybody that's filling this form cannot submit without answering that question. So that was this means. So instead of me to, you can come to this place that says add question. Instead of me to add question, most times what I do is I just duplicate the first question. Why? Because of the settings. That sometimes you do settings in this particular question and you want to maintain that same settings. Settings like this compulsory that I indicated here. There may be other settings like me adding description to the question down here. Like you can see description has appeared. So there are several settings that I may apply to this place. And when I go and create new questions, I will have to redo all the settings again. So most times I just come here and duplicate the question. You can see the questions are 2 now. Then I now edit this one, the content of the question, so the next question I want to ask. So you can see I duplicated it. This required is still checked. All the settings, if I had any settings on this particular question, it will be retained. So I'm going to now pick another question from Favors and Kevin's question. I'm going to ask him something while I'm doing it. So the next question I'm picking is gender. So you can number your question. If you're numbering your question, you maintain it. If you're not numbering it, you leave it like that. So 2. So gender, Kevin put plenty things in his gender. I want to ask him, Kevin, who are your audience? When you're collecting survey, you have to have your audience in mind. What are your targeted audience? What are the person that you're looking to share this survey with? Kevin.
Are you asking like for a specific audience?
Yes, who are you sharing your survey with?
It's a hypothetical survey. Like I don't have a specific audience in mind. Like, but
Okay, but you know
it's
you
for
collect
youth,
data.
though.
You know you use this survey to collect data. You know you are going to deploy this survey for this class, for the purpose of this class.
Okay, that's why I was asking you, because I wasn't. That's why I was a bit unclear, because I wasn't in the class when the assignment was given. Like, so
Okay.
we're actually
So
going to
you
be
are
giving
in the
gifts, right?
class. Did you not you were not in the class? You not go through recording. I did not come and ask me within the deadline. It's after 3 deadlines. So yes. So the purpose of us doing this survey is to collect primary data. I taught data
Okay.
sources, primary and secondary. So I wanted us to learn how
Yeah.
to collect primary data and analyzing it. Then later on, we also work with secondary data. So I want everyone
Okay.
to have their own primary data. Then secondary data will group the class. So that was the essence of creating the survey in the first place.
All right. All right. So I will target
Yes.
university students then. Uh,
All right.
that I'm
So
familiar
what I'm
with.
asking is,
Thank you.
when you come to gender, Nigeria does not recognize non-binary. So if your audience are in Nigeria, that's why you're telling them non-binary. Like, it's not necessary. Or asking them prefer not to say. I want you to tell me your gender and you're in Nigeria. So is that you're a male, you're a female? I don't know why you're preferring not to say. So I'm just saying, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to give that option, it depends on who your audience are. You know, maybe they are sensitive, or the information is going to harm them in any way. You can put those. But if it's not, I don't see any reason why we should have those. So male and female is just okay. So once again, this is a multi-choice question. Now I'm going to do a a check-box question as opposed to multi-choice. I'm going to be using some question from Steven. So I noticed that Abby and Stevie have this type of question a lot. These questions are good, but one thing about it is that they are more difficult to analyze than multi-choice question. If you have check-box question, the time you use to analyze check-box question is like twice the time you use to analyze multi-box question. So I'm going to duplicate this, like I said. I'm not going to create new question. I'm just going to duplicate. I'm going to edit. So I want to paste the question from Stephen. So what concerns do you have about technology advancement? Select all that apply. So whenever you see select all that apply, it means you have to use a checkbox. This means that the users are not limited to selecting only one. For this previous one that we had, it's only one question that I can select. Either you're selecting less than 1 year, you're selecting 1 to 3 years, or you're selecting 3 to 5 years. You can't select more than one. But for this checkbox option, you can select May. I'll come again and select female. So let me preview this and show you. So you see this eye here? This eye here means to preview. If you want to see how this form is going to look like at the end of when responded are viewing it. So you click on this preview. So you see the form is in a preview mode now. It's going to automatically take you to another page. On your phone, you can also preview. So this is how you are going to see your question now, and you can answer as well. So I'm clicking on less than 1 year. I click on 5 years plus, you can see it has changed. It will click the previous one. So that's what multi-choice question means. You can only choose one. But when I come to this checkbox, I can pick female, I can pick male. Can you see that? Are we taking note of this? Hello, I hope my mic is not muted.
Okay, if I
Hello,
get
did you come in?
correctly,
Hi, Blessing. Good evening.
good evening. Sorry, I came in late. I've been very strong. So, if I
Okay.
get correctly, the multi-choice questions, it allows you to just choose only one option. Then the checkbox
Yes,
box allows you to choose more than one option. Is that it?
yes.
Okay.
So for the respondents, you can see the question here says select all that apply. So you have select all that apply. It's telling the respondent that they can actually tick more than one option. So let me put the option that Abia have on this survey here. He had job displacement, privacy issue. Let me type so you guys can get to the typing. Let me do my shortcut. So job displacement. Ethical conscience. So these are the options for this question.
People still hear him. Yeah.
Sorry, I know you can hear me. You were not hearing me before, but now you can. I don't know. Anytime I do something very important, village people, my network is just that angry. In this house my network has been good. This evening, all of a sudden, network is bad. So let's go down. So I was saying that when you refresh this your preview page, it's going to show the new options. So yeah, users can click more than one. Can even click everything if it applies to them. So that's why I was saying that multi-choice questions, they're more easy to analyze than checkbox. But as a data analyst, you have to go with what you feel will give you the insights you are looking for to meet your objective. But if it's not based on that, I would advise to go for multi-choice. But if there's a specific reason why you want to do that because of your objective, fine. You can go through that route. But be willing to put in the double work to get your insights from the responses. So that is all about checkbox question. So in Abia's own and what's his name, Stephen, I noticed many persons were using. Please hope you can still hear me. You can drop a message.
Yes.
Hope you can all hear me.
Yes, I can hear.
Thank you. So I noticed thank you. I hope many persons are using select order apply. I'm trying to be fast. Then how long have you been working in surveying? I mentioned to Abia that it should adjust these parts because if at the beginning you use less than 1 year, it's good to follow the same suit and use above 5 years. So now I want to correct on that, Tiabe. I didn't mention it before. You have to be very careful when you're putting your options. So you say 1 to 3 years. Now you're coming here to say 3 to 5 years. So somebody that is on is 3 years can either click this option or this option. It conflicts your insight. Is not clear. So there's a overlapping option for respondents. So are we not able to separate those respondents that are in this session that are 3 years and those respondents that are in this session that are 3 years as well? So whenever you create option, even if it's age, I don't know if Kevin did the same thing. Even if it's age, okay, Kevin did not. If it's age, whatever you end here, don't start with it in the next option. You have to add 1 to it. So we can do 1 to 6. Then yeah, we can do above 6 years. So please take note of that and adjust yours as you see fit. So I'm going to go straight to another type of questions that we have here. Okay, great. Let me do this one that I'm just saying. Order. When you have other option, like you want people to put, they have other things they want to say. You have an option that you want them. So yes, I'm back. So sorry, my network was hanging again. So I duplicated this last question because I want to show you another option that you can use for your survey. So I copied one question from Kevin's work. So yeah, let's just say SSC, MSc, PhD. So there's one Kevin used others. So for that others part that you want people to impute any other certificate they have, you can click on this order you're seeing here. Add order. So you can see it's not clickable. But if you come to the preview, you can come to the preview to see how it's going to look like. You will notice that you have to refresh it for you to see
Sorry,
the
we can't
addition.
see your screen.
Let's share screen, please. So yes, my screen is back.
It's showing.
So the
You can see. Thank you.
all right, great. So did you get when I said how to add the other parts?
No.
So I'm going to cancel it. So I'm saying if you have other in your option, whether you want them to impute other options apart from the ones you have listed. First of all, let me change this to multi-choice. Don't forget to always change your option, especially when you copy, duplicate a question session. Don't forget to always change the options if it's multi-choice or checkbox. So I want this one to be multi-choice. So this add order you're seeing here, just click on it. So if you click on it, you notice that it's not editable. I can't put anything. Go and check the front end. I'll be calling this place the front end, and I will call it this place the back end. Go and check the front end. You see, refresh. Don't forget I changed the stuff to multiple choice. So if somebody click on SSC, MSc, as usual, is not going to click more than one. So, but if the person is not a CSC holder, it's not a MSc holder, it's not a PhD holder, he has other certification. So, the person can click here and write it that maybe their own is NCE and my own is NCU. So that is the purpose of this order for survey questions. So I noticed some of us add this. So just to show you how to impute it when you are creating yours. So ahead of this class, you can also go to Google. There are different videos on Google on how to do this. Then duplicates. I want to address one more question before I move to. Oh, I think that's all. So I can move to. Let me delete this. I can move to a new session. I'm done with demography. If you want to move to a new session, you come here and say add session. This last part says add session. If you over, let me zoom in. If you over it, you are going to see it add session. This first one is add question. So I want to add a new session. If I add it now, you notice something. Session 2. Did you all see that? So now, if this session have its own name, like Kevin's own that drew, you are going to put its own heading. It also helps users understand what session that they are in. Let's say, are you going off? So session 2, so there's no need to write session 2 again because the software automatically recognizes that session 2. So just write your session like I said, I always like to bold it. You can underline yours, whatever you wish to, but I always like to bold my headings. So this description is optional. If you have a description for this session to make users understand why they are filling this session, I pray a blessing. Please do take care and try to watch the video afterwards. You can use this description, but if there's nothing you want to write, just go and add a new question. So for this new question, I'm going to be taking this question. I think other persons add it as well. Questions about Liket's case, strongly agree, and so on and so forth. Occasionally, this question. So you can do it as multi-choice as well. You can do it as multi-choice, but there are some cases where you have them much. Okay, let me just show you as multi-choice. This is the course for this class. Just do it as multi-choice. So add your question. If you're numbering it, take note of. I've not been numbering the rest, but for your own, when you start numbering from the beginning, maintain it, please. So this is just for demo. Maintain your numbering. So I'm to change it because it's already multi-choice. So strongly agree. I'm typing because of us, so get familiar with it. Strongly agree. See, you see, it's already bringing out the suggestion for me that do I want to add the rest. So whenever the suggestion pop up like this, don't stress yourself to start typing. Just click on add all. It will automatically fill in the rest for you. So what other question did I see here that I think I should share how to do it? Okay, let's go to the open-ended question. Okay, let me go to Abia's question. I think I saw something in Abia's own. Let me go to that one first before I go to the open-ended question. So for Abia's own, Abia use others where please specify. So please take note of that thing I talked about using others. Almost all your own is others. I'm even saying please describe. So yes, it's the same thing. So when you have open-ended question, most times you use short answer or long or paragraph. If the response you want them to give, you don't want it to be plenty, you don't want it to be long, just use short answer. You just use short answer for them. But if the responses you want them to write out their how, they want it to form an essay. But you should know that if they form an essay, you're the data analyst, you're the one that will analyze the responses. So go as much as you want to get insight from the data, go with the option that will not stress you that much to analyze and will still give you the same insights that you seek. So paragraph. So we can do, if you address someone, we can do paragraph short, explain what you want them to respond to. That's not a question. I'm going to do one or two more. This one now we're doing for drop down. Let me do it for drop down. So let me do it for drop down. So this drop down is almost the same thing as multi-choice. They call it pick one. But the option is dropped, like you see it. Let me just finish it. Yes. No. I don't know. So I'm going to go back to the preview. So go down. Go down. You're going to see, my preview is not showing everything. Something is wrong. I have more questions than my preview is showing. Let me refresh again.
There's next next.
Okay. Let me check. Yes, I think now let me say something. When you have more than one session, there's no next here. This is not showing.
There was
next. Let me check
before.
that
There
one.
was next before.
Okay, yes. So when you have more than one question, automatically the form is going to tell users to go to next page for the next session. But if you want it to be visible to user, if you don't want any users to go to any next page, you want everything to be in a single page, you can come here and set it too. You can go to presentation. Under presentation, you go to show progress, shuffle. Let's see, show link to another response. No. After mission, from show progress bar. I don't want to show progress bar. Save all to save for responded. No. So a minute, please. I'm trying to confirm the page. We can set that. Send responded a copy. No. Allow response editing. So you can go through this place just to familiarize yourself with it. Form presentation, show progress bar. I don't want to show progress bar. Disable to save for this thing. Okay. Collect email. I don't want to collect email. No collect. Questions by default. So I'm not seeing the option here. I don't know why. I hope they have not removed that option. So there's a way to ensure, let me check. There's a way to ensure that all the questions shows in the same page. So I'm not seeing it now. Maybe it's not on this Google form I've used it, because there are other forms as well. So, but if you want to show the same place, you can just merge it to previous session. Merge it so everything will show in a single page instead of going to next, like I had to for this case now, for us to see the other question. It's not going. It's telling me that there's one question that I answered. Okay, order. I didn't put anything here. Anything. So you see the answers of compulsory question. I can't move forward. I can't even submit without completing it. So you can see my answer. You can see it's showing a short line, showing that this is for short answer. Then the other one that is for long paragraph is showing a long line. Then see the job that I told you that you can pick. So you can pick only one, but it's in the job that as opposed to multi-choice that you just see it. So our time is almost up, and we've not gone to essay. So I think that is pretty much it. That is all. Then lastly, most importantly, after you have put in your questions, let me say something. I noticed somebody's question. I think it was Stephen's own. Let me go to Stephen's question. Let me go to Stephen's question. So there's a question in Stephen's own when he asked something. I think it's question 7. He said, let me copy the question. I add it here. I want to add it here. It's just for demonstration's sake. So the question is, have you ever used this technology in your life? So the options were yes or no. Yes, no. Then the next question that follows that says, how likely are you to use it in the next 6 months? So I feel if you're asking me, have I used this technology, and I say yes, there's no point for you to ask me how likely am I to use it again, because I already told you that I'm using it. Except you're trying to ask me how often do you use it. So I feel this particular question is meant for people that will answer no. So for cases like this whereby you want people that answer either yes or no to answer, you can either leave it. Don't put it as required. Don't put it as required. Leave it option. Leave it open. They write if yes or if no. How likely are you to adopt this technology in the next 6 months, depending on whatever the people that you want to answer this question. But there are some times whereby those that answer no, we still skip this question because it's not required. So to not give chance to cases like that, there's what usually done. I can make this what is it called? This last question I say if no, I can make it a session on its own. I can make it a session on its own. I don't have to write anything here. Now, what do I want to do? Anybody that click on no, I'm going to put a condition. Condition to go to. Anybody that click on no, sure, go to session based on answer. You click on it. Go to session based on answer. So whoever clicks on none should go to session 2, which is that place where I said if no, I like that you to use it. Okay, so it's not this particular one, no. It's the up one. Not likely. This is the other question. Very likely. So this is just for demonstration's sake, please. So this is the question that I want to go to session based on answer. So for this no, I'm going to put it, anybody that click on no should go to this second session. But anybody that click on yes should not go to the second question at all. They should go to session 3. So what this does is automatically I can come and make this one compulsory. You know, before I say you can just leave it not compulsory so that people that click on yes can skip it, while people that click on no should answer. But sometimes even those no people will skip it. So to avoid cases like that, you come and set the up one to go to session based on answer. So the way I set it now, anybody that clicked on yes will automatically, Google Form is not going to show them this question. They will skip it. The next session that they will see is this third one. Why those that click on no, Google Form will show them this second session before they go to the third one. So this ensures that nobody that said no skips that particular question, especially if it's very important to what you are trying to find out. So I just said I should chip that in. So I hope we understood what I just explained.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So let me beg the exam to give us like 10 minutes so that we can touch what we have in Excel and no matter how little. So I said we can look at I schedule us to look at if it's children. So for the next 8 minutes, let's see even if it just a small intro, even in our next class, analyze it. Let's look at if statement. So if statement, there are functions that return value based on the true or false condition. So they actually work with. They work with boolean. They work like relation to boolean, but they don't bring out true. They don't only bring out true or false. You can customize them that. Are you hearing me?
Your voice is cracking.
Okay, is it okay now?
No, your voice is cracking.
Is it just you? Everybody else, am I cracking, please? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Network is very bad. So I was saying that even network is saying we should end the class as I just entered that Excel sheet. My network just ceased. So let's see what we can do for the next 6 minutes. Okay, I'm not still cracking.
It's not cracking, but your screen is not showing.
Okay. Yes, so if statements, I was saying that they return just like the previous logical operators we have looked at. They return true or false, but we can also condition them or customize them to return a specific word or value that we want to see if a statement is true or if a statement is false. Now, I'm going to explain with examples. So right here, I added links to W3 School. So if you click on it, it's going to open your browser. So for those that are using phone, the phone demo that I did, I also explained how you can access the links with your phone that is on the spreadsheet. To do it, to go through it. So I'm going to do what I come here is I want to copy this value. In the last class, I showed us how we can copy values from WPS from W3 School with our phone. So now this is how to do it with your laptop as well. So just click on this copy values here. You can see it's saying that it has been copied, the range has been copied. Then go to your Excel and you paste it.
Do not say what to do.
You said?
The value you copied.
Uh,
I do not see how you did it.
okay. Are you saying these copy values here?
Move your cursor.
Okay. Wait, sorry. Are you seeing my browser? You're only seeing my Excel bar?
Yes.
Okay, when I clicked on that link, that is a link. When I clicked on it, it took me to my browser.
Yeah, okay, your browser is not showing.
Yes, I'm going to show it now. So it took me to my browser. So when I got to my browser, that copy value, are you seeing that copy values?
Okay, yes.
So just click on it. It will tell you, even on phone, I did it in your phone in the previous class. It will tell you range copied, that it has been copied. Then click on OK. Then when you do that, you just go to back to your spreadsheet. Go to where you want to paste it. Let me Ctrl Z. Go to want to paste it and click on Ctrl V, or right click and click on paste, whichever you are familiar with. Or your phone, long press and paste like I told you the last time. So bold. So now we have like 3 minutes left. So equal to if functions is also test a condition just like logical operators. Now I want to check. Okay, let me just check what the WH school is saying. Just to show you how to use the WH school. So I want to check if we have grass, it should tell me yes. So I want to check if this B column, let's say we have a lot of data here, and I want to check if the B column, that is B2, is equal to grass. That is for those that are equal to grass. Sorry, at the beginning I have to put if. Don't forget we are doing if function. So I have to use my if. So it's already guiding me on how I should proceed, which is what you have here. The logical test, value if true and value if false. So if this is equal to grass, comma, I want it to tell me yes. If it's false, I want it to tell me no. False, if it's true, I want it to tell me yes, and if it's false, I want it to tell me no. Don't forget, the reason I'm using quotes because I'm using tests. So I want to recognize them as strings. So then enter. You can see it's telling me yes because B2 is grass. Now if I drag down, you are seeing some no there. Now I say that no because those values, the type there, they are not grass. That's why it's telling me no. Now if I don't put anything here, I just put only this one. You can see we're having error. So you have to indicate what do you want it to tell you if it's true. and what you want to tell you if it's false. So I can even ask you to tell me true if it's true, comma, true, and false if it's false. You can literally ask to tell you anything, whichever bursts your bubbles. So you can see I'm getting true instead of the yes and no that I'm getting. I'm getting false. So you can even put if it's grass, let it be 1 or 2, whichever. So this is just an introduction to logical statements. Because of time, we end it here. In our next class, we are going to go fully into the different type of if statements that we are going to look at. Like you can see in this link that I put here, there are ifs, there's count if, there's sum if, there's even average if. Like you can use if with a lot of function. And for those that are into coding or looking forward to going into coding, understanding if is very what is it called, condition or statements are very crucial when you're coding, especially at the back end. But a poor understanding of if statements is going to burst your bubbles. So that's all for today. I don't know if there are any questions or comments, so we can leave this group call for web development people to comment. There are no questions, there are no comments. I want us to go and create our form and start sharing. After creating your form, if you want me to take a look at it, you can share with me. I'm going to take a look at it and tell you it's okay, or you correct this, or what is fine. Okay, or correct this, or don't correct this before you share. But if you feel it's okay, I don't need to see it, it's fine. Let's share this form and get our data. So by next week, we'll be analyzing our primary data as well as our secondary. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining. If there are no other questions, do enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right. And you too. Good night.